about to enter the world of a strange truth. A world where the line between fact and fiction is almost imperceptible.
Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction. Hosted by James Brolin. We live in a world where the real and the unreal live side by side, where substance is disguised as illusion, and the only explanations are unexplainable. Can you separate truth from fantasy? To do so, you must break through the web of your experience and open your mind to things beyond belief.
Hi, everyone.
This word may look like it spells false to you. A closer look shows that it can also be true. The stories you will see tonight will challenge your power to separate what is true from what is false. Each story may seem to you beyond belief, and in fact, some of them are totally fictitious, created solely for your entertainment. But others are inspired by actual events that have been documented as happening to real people. We've changed the names and certain details, and yet the basics of the story remain the same. At the end of the program, we'll tell you which stories are totally false and which ones have true written on them. Can you recall ever seeing something that wasn't really there? A movement of a curtain that looked momentarily like an intruder, a figure in the fog that turned out to be a shadow, the mirage of water on a distant stretch of highway shimmering in the heat. Mona Watson has been seeing things lately, frightening things. Will her visions turn out to be reality? Or just another illusion?
The world seemed to be closing in on me that spring. Things weren't going so well in my marriage. Plus, I'd lost my mom and dad within months of each other. Years ago, I'd had what everyone called a nervous breakdown. I was even hospitalized for it. I'd come back from that living hell, but lately I'd been experiencing a disturbing hallucination. I only saw it when I looked into the mirror in our second-floor hallway. I was terrified about my mental state, and about that frightening image that I couldn't get out of my head.
What I'm worried about, Dr. Hayes, is having a relapse.
Mona, I really don't think that's what this is.
Then why do I keep seeing that woman?
Mona, you're working on a lot of stuff right now. Your mother just died, and you're under a lot of stress. You're not sleeping well.
But why does it only happen with that mirror? I'm scared to death. I don't want to go back into the hospital.
The chances of that are so slim, Mona. Look, you're stronger than that.
Well, what if we got rid of the mirror?
I'm all for that.
I don't think the mirror is the problem, Mona. Now look, I want you to go home and get some sleep. Call me tomorrow. We'll talk about it some more.
That night, I did everything I could to delay going up to bed. I knew the doctor was right. I had to conquer my own fears by myself. But I just didn't want to pass that mirror again, so I rearranged the things in the house because I couldn't rearrange the thoughts in my head.
I thought you said you were coming
I'm coming right now.
George was already in bed. My fear of the mirror was doing nothing to solve the very real problems we had in our relationship. Yet deep down, I felt we still loved each other, and I wanted to be a strong partner for him. But I felt myself losing him and my mind at the same time.
You forgot to turn out the hall light. Do you want me to do it?
I knew that George was trying to force me to confront my demons. He just didn't know how real they were to me. bad weather continued all month long, and then a major storm hit that was stranding commuters like George in the city. Hello? Oh, George, hi. Uh-huh. Well, then when are you gonna be home? Can't you come home tonight? Are you sure? Oh, George, please try. No. I'll be fine. Yeah. I'll just sleep with the lights on. Mm-hmm. I love you too. I was trembling inside, but I was determined to hold on to my sanity. I don't know why I didn't just sleep downstairs that night. Guess I didn't want George to come home and find me there. On the way upstairs, I made up my mind. I would compromise. I didn't care what Dr. Hayes might think. I was home alone, and I was going to do something to calm my fears. I've replayed that night's events over and over in my head, and it's as real to me now as it was on that terrible evening. I didn't know who he was, but I knew he had seen the lady in the mirror too, and that's what saved my life.
The Prowler was picked up a few blocks away by the police, talking incoherently about the woman in the mirror. When his record sheet was checked, it was found that in the last year he had escaped from the police after murdering a woman. Well, they printed the picture of the murdered woman in the local paper. Mona saw it and recognized it as the same woman she had been seeing in the mirror. After that day, she never saw the image again. Is this story inspired by actual events, or merely smoke and mirrors?
Fact or fiction? We'll find out at the conclusion of tonight's show. Next, a condemned man faces his last moments in a tale that's beyond belief.
How many of us take our comfort for granted? To be seated in a warm, safe place as you are right now is something we never give a second thought. But what if the circumstances turned our world upside down? What if we were accused of a crime for which we had no alibi? Then would our comfortable seat feel quite as safe and secure? The electric chair is a relatively simple contraption composed of little more than wood, leather straps, and electrical wiring. Yet it's one of the most reliable execution devices of modern times, as gruesome as it is effective. It's time. Hang in Even the most hardened criminal can't escape the fear of knowing he's about to die. The man behind bars would be next to take that long, lonely walk. But for now, another man had an appointment to keep. An appointment booked by a judge and jury. The straps are to keep the body down to receive the powerful charge. The blindfold goes back to the days of the firing squad. For electrocutions, it also holds the eyes in place. The final touch, and now all that remains is the lever.
Time.
Within days, it would be time for this man to take his seat in the death chamber. Raymond Michael Edmonston, convicted of first-degree murder. It was attorney Lee Calvin's first case as public defender. He believed in the innocence of his client, but he couldn't convince the state. Ray Edmonston's execution was drawing closer. There was a meal, and then a walk back to his solitary cell, where he would have time to think about the circumstances that brought him to this point, and how much different his future might have been. A future that right now had only a few hours left.
Sorry, Ray. I did my best.
It's okay. You did what you could do.
Okay, Ray, back to the cell.
2 eyewitnesses had identified Ray as the man they saw gun down the owner of the convenience store. There was no physical evidence. The weapon used to commit the murder was never found. Ray had no alibi. Calvin had no defense.
It's time, Ray.
Ray Michael Edmonston was a Vietnam vet, drafted out of school. After he came back to the States, he lived on the streets, one of the thousands of homeless. For months after his arrest, he had proclaimed his innocence. Then gradually he started to realize nobody was listening. Now the only emotion he had left was the one he was trying to hide: fear.
Test! Good. Bring in the prisoner.
It's all right.
He's ready.
At the exact same moment the execution failed, another crime was taking place. In the city where Ray had been arrested.
Time. Check it. All right? Again. Take him back to his cell.
What his lawyer couldn't do had been accomplished by fate. Edmonston was granted a 24-hour reprieve. Prison officials worked all night and found no electrical defect.
It's time, Ray.
At the exact same moment the execution failed, another crime was taking place. In the city where Ray had been arrested, a gunman was caught holding up a liquor store. Detectives called to the scene of the robbery were the same ones who had investigated Ray's case. They were startled by the resemblance of the robbery suspect to Ray. Even before the ballistic tests were completed, the gunman confessed to the murder for which Ray had spent more than 6 years behind bars. 2 days before his 50th birthday, Ray was free to make something of his life at last. Could this story be true? Could an electrical system that was working flawlessly suddenly fail at the moment of execution? Twice? And consider the fact that Ray Edmonston was innocent. Because of that, some might consider the power failure to be divine intervention. Or is the explanation as simple as those mornings when your car engine won't turn over for several times, and then suddenly kicks right in? Or that bulb in your house that only goes on when it wants to?
Is this story true or false? We'll tell you in the final moments of our show. Next, a family reunion with a surprise twist.
Those born with the talent to entertain others often find their lives to be a series of trade-offs. The next story is about such a woman. The road offers her acclaim for her singing every night, but it also keeps her away from her family far too many nights a year, so it's very important to keep her family together, no matter how far away she is.
When I fall in love, it will be forever, or I'll never fall in love. In a restless world like this is, love has ended before it's begun, and too many like this.
Yeah, this is Cal. Interview on the 29th. Should be no problem. Let me just check the calendar. That's me behind the desk. I'm in charge of Vicky Sawyer's career. I'm also her husband. Vicky spends weeks at a time on the road, which means our daughter, Molly, and I are left alone a lot. It isn't always smooth going for the two of us, but since I started to let Molly help out, things are a lot better. Yeah, got it here. 29th looks perfect. Now let me just check it out with Vicky once she gets to Jacksonville. All right. Talk with you then. Thanks, Paul. How would you like to keep Mom company in New York?
Cool. Can we stay at the Ritz?
Why not? Did you take these to the post office for me?
Sure. It's the least I could do since you're letting us stay at the Ritz.
Hello? Yeah, Vicky. Oh, boy, the connection's so bad I can hardly hear you. Oh, I love you too, hon. What's going on? You're kidding. It's 11:15. You should be in Jacksonville by now. Sure, I can meet you. Where? Sure, hon. Love you. The place where Vicky wants me to meet her is a sentimental one for both of us. A lot of what we are today started out as a handful of dreams in our little neighborhood club. I haven't been here in years, but it's close to the airport. A perfect spot for a quick get-together between planes. Vicky's always full of surprises, and she did say she has a special gift for me. That's funny. The place looks like it's closed, but that can't be. That's strange. Wonder what that gift's all about. And she's probably going to come out of some dark corner and surprise me any minute. Vicky? Vicky. table. The one where Vicky and I would sit for hours making plans for the future. Two kids who didn't know the odds against her becoming a star and didn't care. Vicky?
Dad?
What are you doing here?
I got this call from Mom. She said to meet up with you guys here.
Did she say anything about her flight being canceled?
Well, I asked her what the deal was. I don't think she heard me. She just said meet you. I've been here since I was a kid.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah, I don't even remember why we used to come here. I mean, was the food that good?
No, it wasn't the food. This is where Mom and I had our first date. It was in high school. She always liked coming back here. It's where we fell in love.
How'd you know you were in love?
It was how I felt the first time she touched my hand. I wanted to be with her all the time, and I miss her when she's not with me.
Like now?
Yeah, like now.
Never bothers you that Mom's the one that gets all the attention? Really?
Your mom's the talented one. She'd be the first to tell you that we've all helped and sacrificed for her success.
You never get jealous? You read her fan mail, you go to her concerts, you see how those guys look at her?
Yeah. It bothered me at first, but hey, we're way past that now. I trust your mom, and she trusts me.
Do you remember how you used to always let me pick out the songs in the jukebox that was over there?
Oh, yeah. Once you started dancing, we could never get you to come back to the table.
You know what else I remember? I remember you, me, and Mom all dancing together. God, it was so great. I want my kids to have those kind of experiences.
They will, sweetheart. You know, I remember the night your mom gave you one of the earrings she was wearing.
Yeah. And she said together they make a pair. So as long as we both had them, we'd always be together.
Yes, Cal. Oh, I can't hear you. Hold on a second. Yeah, who is this? Hello? Yeah, I can hear you now. What's up, man? What kind of accident? Oh, is Vicky okay? Just tell me what happened.
Oh my God. Dad? Oh my God! I can't believe this. Look what I just found over on the stage. Same earring, I swear it is. What's wrong?
Mom called me at 11:15. I know. I looked at my watch. What time was it when she called you?
I just got back from the post office, so it had to be before 11:30. That's when I left for here. Why? Who called?
It's Bill Morgan, Jacksonville. Said the plane with your mom and fellas in the band crashed coming into Jacksonville 10:30 this morning.
That can't be. There must be some kind of mistake because we both talked to her after 11, and so it's gonna be okay, right?
They're all dead. So that was the gift, bringing us all together one last time. She's gone, baby.
Is when I fall in love with you.
Both Molly and Cal received their phone calls after the fatal plane crash took place. Could they both have been mistaken about the time? And how do you explain the earring that turned up on the nightclub floor? Was it another earring someone else had lost? Or one last souvenir sent by Vicky to her daughter from the road? Or maybe
Oh boy.
the story never really happened at all.
Ouch.
Was this story real? We'll find out at the end of our show. Next, a tale of lust and revenge on Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction.
But Gunn, how many stories of fact and fiction are based on its power to change the course of human events? Yet the greatest storyteller of them all, Shakespeare, seemed to do fine without it. And although Shakespeare wasn't above the use of violence, he always made sure his tragedies had plenty of fate and irony, too. In our next story, fate and irony play a major role. But with apologies to the Bard of Avon, we could not have told it without a gun.
You could always find Sharon at her computer, even during lunch break. She was my boss, but we were like sisters, and there was nothing we wouldn't do for each other.
Are you still here? Oh, I just wanted to finish the offer on the Chasen property.
Oh, come on, everyone else has already gone to the Valentine's Day party.
I'm just gonna be a couple or
Don't give me that. You have an anniversary to celebrate. What'd you end up getting him? Airline tickets? Are you serious? Where are you going? Paris.
We're finally going on our honeymoon.
Wait, John is going to be surprised.
Sharon must have known something was wrong when she saw the car in the driveway. It wasn't supposed to be part of the picture. She probably should have never gone inside, but she couldn't help herself. Even with that police car staring her in the face.
Honey? John?
Hey, baby.
Sharon's husband, John, was a cop. He trained other cops, and he was well liked.
What's wrong? I thought I heard something.
Oh my god, you think it's your wife?
No, she never gets home before 6. No. I'm sure I heard something. Let me just check it out.
Oh my god!
Sharon, I...
Get out! Both of you get the hell out!
Just give me a chance to explain.
No! I want you out now!
Sharon, put down the gun.
How could you do this, John?
Sharon.
It's our anniversary. Put the gun down! Freeze!
Sharon, just give me the gun. Sharon. Just give me the gun. Sharon.
When the gun went off, Sharon never had a chance. They said that she died within minutes. To lose a best friend so young is always a devastating blow, but in this case, it seemed so absolutely unfair. The authorities cleared John of any wrongdoing and declared the case closed. But the story doesn't end there. Everyone was sure that John got away with murder. But then one day, somebody paid John a visit. Somebody filled with hate and revenge. As John worked alone in his yard, he was the perfect target. But that day, fate stepped in and took over. In my heart, I knew that one killing never justifies another one. Thankfully, the shot missed. John never even heard it. John and his lover eventually got married. She never liked Sharon's tree, so she asked John to cut it down. I guess it reminded her too much of Sharon and that terrible day. At first, it seemed like a heart attack, until the blood appeared. The chainsaw blade had somehow struck the bullet and shot it straight into John's heart. I guess fate has a funny way of evening things out.
Could a bullet shot into a tree be dislodged years later to find its original target? Unexploded landmines first set in World War II have gone off decades later. And of course, a bullet in our story had been already fired once. Could the chainsaw blade have turned it into a deadly projectile again? Or maybe this is simply a fable, and our writing staff is guilty of firing blanks.
The truth about this story will be revealed in our final act. Next, an eerie tale of a house and a haunting dream on Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction.
For most of us, the purchase of a home is the most important investment we'll ever make. It's a transaction that includes much more than money. It also ties in our emotions, our hopes, and our dreams. Alicia Adams wasn't just seeking a house. She was searching for something more. The fulfillment of a haunting dream.
It was one of those days that don't come around very often. The air was crisp and clean. The sun was warm without being too hot. The smell of freshly cut grass mixed with the fragrance of flowers, and the beautiful house completed the picture. It felt like the first day of spring and the start of Indian summer rolled into one. There was absolutely nothing wrong with this ideal scene, except for one thing. It was only a dream.
All right, up and at 'em, kiddo. A lot of houses to look at today.
I found the perfect house. I had a dream about it last night.
It was beautiful, Daniel. 2 stories, huge yard, wonderful trees.
It could only be your dream house. We're looking for a starter home, remember? Hey, Alicia, come on. Honey. Let me guess. No curb appeal? You didn't like the backyard?
It was fine.
Oh, what then? The kitchen's too small. The bedroom?
The house is fine, Daniel. It's just not.
It's not the dream house. Come on, Alicia. The dream house is a figment of your imagination.
That night was like every other night. I dreamed about the house again. And as always, it was a lovely, beautiful dream. The home was so inviting.
Hey, baby.
I was drawn inside.
Oh.
Everything was just the way I wanted it to be. As my mind traveled from room to room, I knew that this was a house I could turn into a loving, wonderful home.
Okay.
And I knew that somehow, some way, this house would be my house.
Alicia, hey, you okay? You're talking in your sleep.
I had another dream about the house. This time I went inside. Oh, so beautiful. Hardwood floors, French doors opening onto a garden. It was perfect for us. Just the place we were meant to have. Ideal for raising a family.
And someday we'll buy one just like it. For now, focus on a place we can afford, okay? You okay? I gotta get to work. I love you. Bye. One more house in our range. It's on Glencoe.
Didn't we look in that neighborhood last week?
Yeah, but it's a new listing. I'm sure it's not your dream house, though, so don't get your hopes up.
You can make light of it. But I can't believe I'd be dreaming about the same place night after night if there weren't a reason.
I can't believe we've spent a month passing
Daniel,
the
stop!
house.
Stop! That's it. That's the house I've been dreaming about. I can't believe it. Look at the yard.
Honey,
Oh, the garage. Hurry, Daniel.
it's beautiful.
Oh, gosh.
Hold on, Alicia. We can't do this. It's not our home. Alicia, wait. Not barging into someone's home.
The floors, the woodwork, it's all here. Even the French doors.
Beautiful.
Let me show you the kitchen.
Sweetheart, wait, slow down.
Oh, look at all this storage.
Honey.
Oh, look at the glass. The built-ins. The built-ins.
Easy.
The cooking island. Remember? I told you about this. Oh, stop it. The picture window.
Can I help you, folks? I'm Margaret. I'm the agent representing this property.
Daniel Alden, my wife, Alicia.
Hi.
Sorry, we're house hunting.
Well, you're in luck. This place is going on the market today.
Oh, Daniel.
Like me to show you around?
Oh, you're gonna love the backyard. It's got a pool. You've always wanted a pool, Daniel. Wait till you see the view.
Your wife, she's been here before.
Even though we knew it was out of our range, I insisted that we put in a bid. Daniel was sure we didn't have a chance, but my heart was beating so loud I could hear it.
Honey, would you relax? You're making me nervous.
I want this house, Daniel. It's perfect. Come on, you gotta believe me now.
What can I say? And it is very beautiful. I mean, there's no way they're gonna accept our bid. It's way, way too low.
Well, looks like you've bought yourself a house.
Daniel!
But I don't understand. The house is worth a lot.
A lot more, I know. What can I say? The owner instructed me to take the first offer, period.
Wait,
Oh, there's nothing wrong with the house. Nothing structurally. It's just... Well, the owners are convinced that the place is haunted.
I don't care what the owners think. We're taking this house. Period.
Oh, Mrs. Symes, I'd like you to meet the young couple who've bought your home.
It's you. You're the ghost. You're the one haunting this house. You were here every night.
I was here every night, but that was only in my dreams, wasn't it?
Did Alicia have an out-of-body experience? Obviously, the owner of the dream house was under stress. She had been experiencing abnormal activities in her home. She claimed to have seen the image of a woman roaming her property. And when she saw Alicia, she immediately connected her as that woman. That could have been her mind playing tricks on her, but the question remains, how could Alicia know every detail of the house without having been there before? Unless, of course, we made the whole thing up.
Next, we'll find out which stories are inspired by actual events and which are fabrications on Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction.
Let's look back on tonight's stories and see how good we are at separating fact from fiction. Remember, some stories are inspired by actual events and others are completely fictitious. Have we been able to fool you tonight? Let's find out. Our first story was about the woman who was haunted by the apparition in the mirror. Did this seem like something that you might have read about in the papers? Well, you might have. The events took place. And what about the condemned man who was saved from certain death by an electric chair that wouldn't work?
Time.
Did this story seem impossible to you? Congratulations. It's total fiction.
Vicky?
Then there was the story of the family brought together by a message that may have come from the other side.
What's up, man? What kind of accident? Is Vicky okay? Just tell me what happened.
Did this story seem to be real? Did you think it was based on truth? Not this time. It's fiction. And how about our tale of the wronged wife, the philandering husband, and the avenging bullet? Did you think this story was false? You're absolutely wrong. The bullet did find its mark. Our final plot told of the couple who were searching for their dream house and found something totally unexpected.
Oh, Mrs. Symes, I'd like you to meet the young couple who bought your homes.
It's you. You're the ghost.
Do you think that you've got this one figured out? Did the events take place? Yes, they did. So how did you do at separating the real from the unreal tonight? 3 of our stories were inspired by actual events, and 2 were complete works of fiction. We hope you found tonight's stories both entertaining and thought-provoking. And the next time you sense something is an absolute lie, at least take a moment to consider it might just be strange truth. Good night.
Join us next time on Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction. This is Don LaFontaine.
Every day we are faced with the challenge of separating fact from fiction.
Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction. Hosted by James Brolin. We live in a world where the real and the unreal live side by side. where substance is disguised as illusion, and the only explanations are unexplainable. Will you be able to separate stories of truth from fantasy tonight? To do so, you must break through the web of your experience and open your mind to things beyond belief.
What appears to be one thing, like this carving of a duck, might really be another. Like the carving of a rabbit. It's all a matter of perception. Tonight we present several stories for your entertainment, but we ask you to test your perception as you watch them unfold. Are these stories constructed from whole cloth, or are they inspired by real events? You have until the program's end to decide, and by the way, we've reserved the right to change the names and details. So, let's begin our little game of cat and mouse, or should we say duck and rabbit. A disturbing piece of furniture, isn't it? The last bed we will ever sleep in. To even view it empty, like this, sends shivers down many people's spines, but for others it has no effect at all. Adam Foster was not shaken by the sight of a coffin. His family ran the Foster Funeral Home. There were always several of these in their downstairs parlor, usually with occupants. No big deal. Until the night of March 18th.
Brent? Brent, are you in here? Come on, Brent, if you're in here, just come out now. All right, I'm not gonna waste my time looking for you. I don't have to. That's not funny.
It was just a joke.
You know you're not supposed to be fooling around in the coffins.
Oh, come on. Don't be such a stiff.
All right, let's go. Come on.
Has anyone seen my keys?
It'll be funny when they bury you alive.
Yeah.
There you are. We were gonna leave without you. Now, you don't want to be late for Billy's, do you? Get going.
He was fooling around in the coffins.
Well...
I was not. Adam's lost his sense of humor.
Has anyone seen my keys?
Brent, I've told you before, stay out of the caskets. They're for sale.
Oh, Mom.
Now scoot.
Brent,
The movie's over at 10:30. We'll be home by 11.
My key! We are never going to get out of here. Foster Funeral Home, I'm sorry, we're closed.
Mr. Foster, it's Beverly Hannon. I'm sorry for calling so late.
Oh, Mrs. Hannon, good evening. How can I help you?
I was wondering, could we possibly postpone my husband's funeral tomorrow?
Postpone it?
I know this is an odd request, but you see, before Reginald died, he made me promise to bury him with his war medals. Now I can't find them anyplace. Is there any possible way we could just postpone the funeral?
Well, it is getting very late, and I'm not sure that I can contact everyone.
You just don't understand. If Reginald wanted something done in a certain way, come hell or high water, he made sure it was done that way. I'm not going to let him down with this.
Mrs. Hannon, I know how important this is to you, but if you keep looking for them, I'm sure that you will find them. And we can talk about this again in the morning.
In the morning.
Good night. Let's go.
Bye, honey.
Bye, Mom.
Butt face.
I used to get the creeps when they left me alone, especially when there was a body in the chapel. But I guess I was kind of used to it by now. I'm coming. I'm sorry, we're closed.
Need to see Reginald Hannon.
I'm sorry, sir. Viewing hours ended at 7:30.
I can't come to the funeral tomorrow. I must see him tonight, please. It's very important. I have these. These are the medals his wife's been looking for. He's supposed to be buried with them tomorrow. Please let me see him for just a moment. I can't let him be buried without them.
All right, come on. Through here.
I appreciate it.
It was way after hours, and Dad would be furious with me for letting him in. But he did have the medals, and so I figured he must know the guy. Do you mind signing the registry? This guy was starting to get to me. I couldn't wait for him to leave.
May I go in now, please?
Yeah, it's right through here. This was the part I hated the most. Getting anywhere near those dead bodies.
Would you mind if I had a moment alone?
Yeah.
Thank you, my boy. Thank you.
It was okay with me to get away from the casket. I guess my nerves were getting the best of me. The sooner that guy came out, the happier I'd be. Was this guy ever gonna come out? I mean, how close was he to Reginald Hannon? What was he doing in there for so long, anyhow? Hey, mister, I'm gonna need you to cut it short, all right? My dad's not gonna like the fact that I let somebody in after hours, okay? Hello? Come on, mister, I was nice enough to let you in the first place. How about it? Sir? Hello? I couldn't find him anywhere. What was going on here? That's when I found the bag that the medals were in.
What really happened here? How could the stranger at the door have disappeared from sight? Did Adam miss the stranger's exit while he was tying his shoe? If so, why did the stranger appear to be the same man who was in the casket? Was there an identical twin involved that nobody knew about? If that was the case, why did he sign in as the deceased? Or was this the story of a restless spirit who couldn't find peace until his mission was completed? Complete fiction or a strange truth?
Was this story true or false? We'll tell you at the end of our show. Next, a frightening subway ride to a world beyond belief.
How many times do your plans work out? Not just the big plans like career, marriage, family, but the simple plans like getting from point A to point B. That's all Al and Ann Larkin wanted to do. They were going to take the subway from their apartment to a dance club. And they had no idea that this simple plan would take them for the ride of their lives.
Al and I were finally getting a night out together, something we both really needed. It was Al's first night off in a month, and he really wanted to stay home and sleep, but I insisted we go out. We live near a new subway stop in downtown Los Angeles, and we decided to try it out. It was a decision neither one of us would ever forget. I was so excited to be out for the evening that I didn't even notice that we were the only ones standing on the subway platform. I was hoping for one of those romantic nights filled with spontaneous excitement, but Al was tired and it was all I could do to keep his spirits up. Besides, we were about to get all of the excitement we could handle.
We won't be out late, okay? Dinner, a movie, that's all. Then we'll go home.
Yeah, after midnight.
Oh, come on. Hey, band leader?
Oh, Undertaker.
The man in the tuxedo was just the start of the strange things that we would experience that night. And as our subway pulled into the first stop, things just didn't seem right. There was a weird energy going on, and Al was feeling it more than I was.
Are we on the right? Are we on the right train?
I don't know.
excuse me, does this train go to Melrose?
This train goes nowhere.
Hey, where'd he go?
I don't know. You know, it's Saturday night. This car should be packed.
I know, and where are the signs to tell you which line you're on?
I don't know. A station, look.
Is that Melrose?
I couldn't tell.
Great. We're on a train that's been taken out of service.
Are you sure about that?
I don't know.
Well, then what do we do now?
We find a conductor.
Of course, there was no conductor anywhere. Every car was empty, and then without any warning, the train began to speed up. And then it didn't feel like a speeding train anymore. It felt like a nightmare that was out of control.
I'm trying to calm down. I just barely stand up. I know.
My heart was beating out of my chest, and no matter how hard I would breathe, I couldn't get enough air inside my lungs. I was in a total panic, and the train seemed to be going faster and faster.
What's going on in here?
Where are the people? Where are... You can't tell me what's going on. I don't know. I don't know. I can't... Wait, just stop.
What's going on?
I don't know. Ah! I can't stand it. We're stopping. We're stopping. We're stopping. I'll do something. We're backing up. I just want to get off. I want to get off.
We're not gonna die. We're not gonna die. Go.
I'm trying.
Come on.
I can't do this.
Wait a minute. There's a station here.
Where?
Right here. I don't care what station this is. We are getting off. Come on. Come on.
I couldn't believe it. The train seemed to actually be coming to a stop. I was just praying with all of my heart that the doors would open. Right back where we started?
Good. Let's go home. Come on.
Unbelievably, we had only been gone for 30 minutes.
You're okay, right?
Yeah, I am. I smell gas. It's coming from Mrs. Ewing! It was our next-door neighbor's apartment. Mrs. Ewing! Mrs. Ewing, it's me, Anne! Mrs. Ewing!
Watch, I got this. Mrs. Ewing! Mrs. Ewing! Maybe we should call the super.
Well, there isn't time!
Okay.
And then I remembered the key. Wait, the key!
Oh, the key. Yeah.
The chain! Mrs. Ewing!
Oh, I got it. Mrs. Ewing!
Al raced over to Mrs. Ewing while I turned off the gas. If it weren't for that train ride that scared us into coming back early, Mrs. Ewing would have surely died.
Ewing.
I should have gone into the other room to help Al, but something caught my eye.
Come on, you gotta get out of here. Come on. Get out of here, baby. Come on.
I must have turned the heater on and forgot to light it.
Maybe we should take you to the emergency room.
No, I'm all right. I'm just lucky you two smelled the gas.
Mrs. Ewing, who is this?
Why? That's Edward, my husband. He passed away 29 years ago. He said he'd always watch over me.
We were looking at the same man we saw on the train.
He said he'd never leave me.
Is this story possible? There are subway service trains that test equipment. They don't stop at any stations. They don't pick up any passengers, and they go at higher speeds than normal trains. Could Anne and Al have gotten aboard one of those trains by mistake? But then, where did that other mysterious passenger come from? And was he really a double for Mrs. Ewing's late husband, or were the shadows of the subway playing tricks on their minds?
Hi, Patrick.
Or are we playing tricks on yours?
Was this story real? We'll find out at the end of our show. Next, a boy lives in fear of a monster in his closet on Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction.
What were your childhood fears? The boogeyman? The monster under the bed? Or simply being afraid of the dark? Most of us outgrow these fears in an early age, but for some, the fears hang on longer. Take Danny Johnson. He's 10 now, but ever since he was 2, he's been afraid of something in his closet. And now that the other kids have found out, he really has something to fear.
This is a very difficult story for a mother to tell, but years have passed now, so I'll try. My youngest son, Danny, was 10 years old and living in constant terror. His days were filled with threats and taunts from the kids at school. His nights were filled with terrible dreams about a monster inside the closet in his room. My older children had no sympathy for Danny either, and that's a memory I can't lose. Could I have done something to change things? It's a question I ask myself over and over, but what could I have possibly done? I found Danny sleeping downstairs in the middle of the night. That was a common occurrence in our house.
Hey, kitty cat.
Danny.
Yeah.
Danny, wake up.
I'm awake now.
Hey. You can't keep sleeping out here.
I don't want to go up there.
Look, them storms have passed you.
How long is this going to go on? We have nothing to be frightened of.
We always watch them, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
We always keep an eye on the weather. In America.
Okay, let's go to bed.
Again.
Again.
Shit in it again. Shit again, isn't it?
It's more interesting. Over there.
Okay, Danny. Here. Look. Let's see. Here. No. Let's check up this sleeve here. Nothing. See, down here. You see anything? No. No, there's nothing in here. Let's get in bed, and I want you to stay there. All right. Attaboy. Okay, comfortable?
Yeah.
Good.
You stay with me, Mom.
Oh, honey. You have got to get over this.
But I'm afraid to.
Nothing's gonna get you. There's nothing in the closet. Okay? All right. Oh, and if you don't stay in bed, I'm gonna get you.
Hi, Mom. Love you.
I love you too.
Good dreams.
You too. Sweet dreams. Right. Shut the door. Love you, honey. Brian, honey, will you get the juice out of the fridge for me?
No, Mom, I can't.
What?
I'm afraid. There's a monster in the refrigerator.
Brian, would you just stop it? You should be thankful you don't have an imagination like your brother Danny.
If you ask me, nobody has. Danny is just seeking attention. Mom, everybody's laughing at him at school.
All right. That's enough. I want you to leave your brother alone. Understood?
Yes, Mom.
Danny, come on! You're gonna miss the bus!
Hey, you're back.
I love you. Love you. Good. Come here. I'm gonna get you down.
I won't, Mom.
Okay, I love you.
Bye.
Bye, sweetheart. Have fun! Danny continued to live his life as the outsider. He wanted desperately to fit in and be a part of things, but he was labeled as a coward, the kid who was still afraid of monsters. But as painful as these memories were for Danny, he always knew there were worse moments to come. My older son, Brian, was part of that group that was tormenting Danny this particular day. A day that would change all of our lives forever.
go. Come on, you guys.
Yeah, it's locked anyway.
We almost got him.
He's gotta go.
I'm headed with you guys. Hey, Danny, what are you gonna do with that bat?
Oh, we're so scared.
Hey, Danny, you better watch out. The monster will get you.
I'm not afraid of any of you. I'll take you all on.
Come on, Danny. We're going upstairs.
Please don't get me.
Hey, Danny. You guys, shh. Hey, Danny. Is that the closet? Is that where the monster lives?
Ooh, I bet the monster's really hungry. Hey, what do you say we
open the door?
What are you guys doing? Danny's about to meet his little monster.
Mom's not gonna like that.
Mom's not gonna know, is she, Debbie?
You know, this could have a lasting psychological effect on Danny.
Shut up, Debbie. If you're so brave, why don't you go in the closet? Well, okay, baby.
Yeah, Brian, show him.
But you're next. Uh-oh.
Hey, Danny, be careful. You're next. Very funny, Brian.
Brian, what's going on in here? Huh?
Another signal.
Hmm?
No, another song.
What's this?
That's Brian's shirt. Where'd he go? Who? Brian, he went into the closet.
He's gone. She's down, please.
I told you there was a monster in there.
10 sheets, 25 pence per sheet.
There's no way the kid could have gotten out of this closet except through the door. Miss Johnson, let me ask you again. Is there any reason why your son would want to run away from home?
You think? It was only yesterday.
Excuse me, Mrs. Johnson. I need to speak to my partner.
I couldn't hear exactly what the police were saying to each other, but I guessed what the report would read. My son Brian would be officially listed as a missing person, another young boy who ran away from home.
It's really weird. The kid just seems to vanish into thin air.
Well, what do you want me to write in the report? That the kid was eaten by a monster?
Danny's brother was never seen or heard from again. What really happened here? Did Danny's brother run away from home? Was there really a way out of that closet that nobody ever found? Or maybe this was a tragic lesson about being kind to other human beings, taught by a spirit hidden deep in a boy's closet. Or maybe it came from the deep recesses of our writer's imagination.
The truth about this story will be revealed in our final act. Next, a surprise witness makes an appearance at a trial that's beyond belief.
After countless movies and television dramas, live cameras in the courtroom, and extensive news coverage, we sort of know what to expect in a court of law these days. At least that's what the defense lawyer in this next murder trial thought, until he defended Robert Miller and experienced the strangest day in court he had ever seen.
There he was, my client. The manicure, the fancy jewelry. Why would a man like Robert Miller commit murder? No client of mine had ever been found guilty, but this one was going to be tougher than most. The lady DA was making her case now, and I had to advise Miller to keep calm.
Mr. O'Neill, what is your position at the yacht club?
I am the head custodian at the Calabash Yacht Club.
And on the day in question, what were the weather conditions?
There was a storm coming in. I tried to warn Mr. Miller, but he wouldn't listen. That was his way.
So Mr. Miller took a boat out knowing a storm was coming.
Yeah, he said they'd be back in a couple hours and not to worry.
They being Mr. Robert Miller and Elizabeth Warren, the deceased.
Yes.
What was their demeanor?
Pardon?
Were they getting along?
Oh, they were happy, like they were celebrating.
How could you tell?
Oh, the lady had a big bottle of champagne. She was drinking.
And the defendant?
No, he was sober. Mr. Miller never drank.
Did Mr. Miller come back within a couple of hours?
Oh, yeah.
Was Elizabeth Warren with him?
No, ma'am.
What did he tell you had happened?
He said that Ms. Warren had fallen overboard. He was pretty upset, but Mr. Miller said he went in after her and he couldn't find her.
So his clothes were wet?
Yes, they were.
Oh, the cause of death was not from drowning.
How do you know?
We found no water in her lungs.
What was the cause of death then, Dr. Harding?
Blunt trauma to the head.
As if someone had hit her.
I object. The prosecution is asking the coroner to make a conclusion.
Sustained. I'll ask it another way. Is it your testimony, Dr. Harding, that Elizabeth Warren was dead before she hit the water?
Yes.
Order. Order.
Proceed, Mr. Montgomery.
Your Honor, I call Mr. Robert Miller to the stand. How long had you and Elizabeth Warren been business partners?
Nearly 20 years. We were just out of college.
And you were close?
Inseparable. We were not only business partners, we were best friends.
And why on the day of September 23rd did you and the deceased go out on the boat? Mr. Miller?
Pardon?
Why were you and Elizabeth Warren on the boat, Mr. Miller?
We were celebrating the acquisition of Quintel, the computer software.
And how would you describe your feelings on that day?
It was the happiest day of our lives.
Mr. Miller, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. This has just been a very difficult time for me.
I understand, sir.
Salvaged all them windows, didn't
Mr.
it?
Miller,
Packs
the
everything.
prosecution is trying to make the
Hundreds of them.
case that you killed your friend and business partner. Did you?
Crazy.
I could never do that.
Mr. Miller, I think we've covered all we need to cover right now. I can understand how upsetting it is to be accused of murdering your partner and friend of 20 years. I have no more questions.
Well, see some more junk moved out of the way anyway, innit?
Mr. Miller, you say that Elizabeth Warren was your best friend, but yet it was widely reported that she was going to start a new company. Get out from under your shadow.
No, that's ridiculous. She needed me more than I needed her.
They're not gonna buy it, Robert. They all know you're lying. Why are you lying, Robert?
I'm not lying. You would have been nothing without me.
What do you mean she would have been nothing without you? Mr. Miller.
I'm sorry, I meant we were a team. Elizabeth was the idea person and I was the sales guy.
Sounds to me like you would have been nothing without her.
It's all starting to unravel, Robert.
No, it's not. I won't let it.
Who are you talking to, Mr. Miller?
Your Honor, I request a recess. I must confer with my client.
This is it, Robert. No one believes you. They all know you killed me. And your next stop is the gas chamber.
Stay away from me! I'm not going to the gas chamber! You always did this to me! You always
Your Honor, this is an outrage. I must insist that my client's rights against self-incrimination be protected.
Order! Order!
I put an end to that, didn't I, Elizabeth?
The people rest, Your Honor.
So easy. I got you, Elizabeth.
Will the defendant please rise? In the case of the People versus Robert Elgin Miller, what find you?
You find the defendant, Robert Elgin Miller, not guilty by reason of insanity.
Order. Robert Miller, I'm releasing you to the custody of the State Psychiatric Hospital in North Point. You will remain there until such time as you are deemed mentally competent. Bailiff?
Hey, Rocket.
Send me some news. Beyond belief.
I'll be back. I'll get out. You'll see.
Was he really insane? That's not my call. No client of mine has ever been found guilty.
Was it strained nerves or a guilty conscience that trapped the killer? Or did Robert actually see the woman he murdered? Now, prior to taking the stand, he seemed perfectly calm and collected, yet moments later he was carrying on bizarre conversations with an unseen presence. Or perhaps it was all just a clever ploy to avoid the death penalty. Fiction, or inspired by actual events? You be the judge.
Fact or fiction? We'll find out at the conclusion of tonight's show. Next, a visit to the country turns into an experience that's beyond belief.
Oh, I've done a few bits today.
You ever long for life in the country? To leave the city behind for the fresh air, the open space, and the sounds of nature? Julia Randall was lucky to have experienced that life as a youngster when she visited her grandfather's farm.
Today, so
Those were happy, carefree times, but
it felt
things
weird 'cause
changed.
it's normally on a Friday.
Julia's grown up now. And listen to her story of a visit to the childhood memories. Memories that would soon turn to terror.
Garden genre, but it felt weird because it was a Friday.
On the ride from the airport to the farm, I thought about how loving Grandpa Buck used to be. But the stroke had left him without the use of his legs, and he had too much time to sit around and think about dreams that would never come true. I knew I used to be his favorite, and I was looking forward to returning some of the love and attention he showed me when I was a child. Grandpa? Grandpa, it's me!
You don't have to yell. I can hear you. I'm not deaf. I had a stroke.
You scared me.
Don't you knock? You're lucky I...
You want a treat? Yeah, no, you want a treat.
He said he was still hurt. He's still in pain, but he's very tired. I turned it off now. I was only watching it because there was no one in.
What?
Very funny.
What are you on about? Ow, you dickhead! God. Slow down, Cat. I'm still bloody clawing me. I know you're excited. God.
Yeah, normally I have garden job on a Friday, but
Right, you done, Cat. You've had all your treats. You've had everything. Ugh. Right. Radio show. It's
so
loud.
I've turned it off now.
Yeah. Fucking leg. next week.
Hmm.
Paint and brushes. How are you, Rocket? You alright? I've had a brilliant day today watching my lads. Severn Valley Railway Diesel Gala weekend.
Oh, it was awesome seeing those trains. When I came back in, and I was like, whoa, it was so annoying those planes were coming over. It would have been brilliant if we were there, but would have been a fantastic day out, wouldn't it?
Right, I'm gonna figure out a listing for this lot. Hey, I'm gonna list the whole lot in one go. What's that? About 100 and odd buildings.
Yeah, for an entire layout. Oh, good, Rocket. You're happy it's the weekend.
I'm happy I've not been in a single live all week. None of them ones anyway.
I've only just gone back in just one so far, but that's about it. And it's my own favourite, and they're all they're all wondering where I've been. I said I felt like a newbie. She says, no. Said, you've been here for a while, ain't you? I'm like, yeah. And it was about a year. But one of the head mods were like shouting my name. Crazy. Haha. This is like green and yellow mixed in.
No, I've got overclock flow through yet and all. Shit. That's full of electronics. No way. An original copy.
Of? Oh my word.
That's an original copy. You know?
I bet that'll work on mine.
Wow.
Honestly,
It's a CD.
It's a CD one. Oh my god.
Microsoft as well. Original. Do not make illegal copies of this disc. He's a bit late for that. It's all over the internet. This has been copied a long time ago.
Oh gosh, yeah.
It's immaculate.
I have never ever played Train Sim.
Good, because you haven't got the hard drive space for it.
Nope. I played Euro Truck. Train stuff, of course. Gary loves it, yes, and I do too.
Right?
I like it too.
What?
Train stuff.
Me?
Yeah. What? Rocket's just put.
Only because I know only because I know the value of it.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, I do want to build my own train set one day, but fucking hell, I'm just buying it as an investment because I know how much money it's worth. It just keeps going up and up and up.
And I remember you saying that you were doing that for me, for investment reasons.
Yeah.
Smadge. Even she wouldn't settle last night.
Yeah, they do it for investment reasons. Plus, I like restoring the old stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, I like train stuff too. My very first model that I did was a pub. I think it was. No, it weren't. It was an
Yeah, I've got loads of these.
a lightning, wasn't it?
You see, I see that as a challenge.
Yeah. That sort of thing you would love to restore.
That's what I mean. Because this one was exactly the same, smashed to pieces, and I restored that one. That was fully restored. What I've got is here, you see these kits, I've got all of them, but I've scanned every single one of these kits into the computer. So any parts what I need, I can just print off. So
If any parts that you can't.
yeah, that's all dented in. What I'll do is
restore
just
it.
reprint all them parts and lay them on new card. Hence why I collected every single card kit I could get my hands on. So now I've got a complete, basically I've got a complete catalogue of every card model kit. So I can buy damaged and broken goods and people go, oh, it's worth nothing because it's all damaged. But to me, I can just go, no, I can take it apart carefully and fully restore it. And it doesn't cost me a penny. It doesn't cost me a penny.
I'm more of, for me, it's restoring the plastic parts as well.
You do the plastic kits
I do the plastic hits and he does the card ones.
I
He's
do the
more.
plastic ones as well.
Huh?
I do the plastic ones as well.
Oh yeah, you do the plastic ones too. But we, you know.
Plus I build stuff out of complete junk.
Yeah, exactly. So he's more clued up with the card kits than I am. So, and I love churches. So I build loads of churches. Because what I do is I do the base coat and then do individual stonework.
Yeah, I've got boxes and boxes of them kits like that.
Mhm.
All absolutely ruined. What people are just chucking in the bin.
Yep.
And I'll just sit there, print off a few sheets, and fully restore them.
So basically, we have something in. Well, he challenged me when I first started it, and I think it was a pub. I'm sure it was a
you
pub.
did the pubs.
Yeah, I did the pubs.
What I found out was there was a Hornby made a kit called the Bell Inn
The Bell Inn, yeah.
pub, and what I found is I started making them, but I built them to such a high standard with all the weathering and the details, because it was just a basic kit of 4 sheets of plastic with stick-on brickwork, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But I started installing lighting, pub benches, everything on them.
And we made up stories with them.
Yeah. But,
that's what I loved.
But what we found out was they were selling for over £30 each.
Mm.
So what I did was every time they came up for sale, I kept buying them, and I bought fucking hundreds of them.
Oh, we collected loads of Hornby ones, didn't we?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, we did. I still got the picture of him.
Yeah, it's still sore, that trip. It's better, loads better, it's like 1,000% better than what it was yesterday, but it's still hurting.
Yeah, it got me to, no, it got me to, he said to me when I first came here, I said, I only did cross stitch. And he went, try and build this. And that was it then. I was like, he said what? He was so impressed. And that's how it started. Then I got it was a Dapole. Yeah, that was it. It was a Dapole pub. Yeah, it was a Dapole pub.
Yeah.
I remember that now because I did a church afterwards.
What
Dapole Church. Because we had a model shop here.
We had people coming round.
Oh yeah.
From all over to see what we had in stock.
Yeah.
We had one bloke from Spain who flew over, what was it, once a month?
Yeah.
To see what we had in stock.
Yeah. And offered us to go over.
Yeah, he wanted us to go over to Spain to build his model railway for him.
That was nuts. I didn't have a passport.
Yeah. But where was it? It was a couple from Warrington, weren't there?
Yeah.
And they came in and saw what they basically bought, because they came to collect it, and it's like, is it okay if we have a look round? And it's like, well, it's a house, but yeah. And they came in and saw all the stock, what was waiting to go on line.
Yeah.
And they wanted to buy it all. And I said, I can't sell it yet. For the simple fact, I don't know how much it's going to go for an auction.
Exactly, so you have to bid on it, you know, you have to do it yourself, bid on it, if you really want them. It was crazy, we were so into it.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're going to try and get that back.
Yeah. Just crazy.
I loved it doing the weathering and that.
Oh.
So,
Get rid of all these model aeroplanes and all.
yeah.
There's fucking hundreds of them.
Yeah, I did one model aeroplane too.
Yeah,
Lightning, yeah.
You sold it.
No. I still got the
What
picture.
did I do? I did the entire range of the Tamiya battleships, the giant ones.
Yes, you did.
And what's it? The Royal Navy bought them at Portsmouth. The actual Royal Navy bought them for their officers' mess.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, You know the 1/350 scale Tamiya kits? Like all the Second World War battleships, like the USS Jersey, Missouri, Prince of Wales, Bismarck, Tirpitz. I built them all. And they were immaculate. All the rigging, everything done on them. And they were just sat on my shelf, and I just went, let's get rid of them. And yeah, the Royal Navy bought them for their officers' mess in Portsmouth.
So, not only we have the railway in common, we have also the RC cars. I'm meant to be, I'm supposed to be a bloody girl.
What you want? Yeah, that's what you want. There you go. Right, she's happy now. God.
She's mothering.
Yeah.
One minute.
It's
Believe it or not, all I ever knew was cross stitch.
What? Oh, some wood on Gary. Gary becomes the girl. Oh, right, yeah. When I got mud on me, you screamed.
Oh, yeah.
It was all that manky fucking sludge out of that old fish tank, that was. That's why I screamed. It fucking stank.
Oh, get it off me.
The worst to scream what I did was with that green shield bug. And I did scream like a girl and fell flat on my arse because I flew backwards.
Yeah.
I've never seen one before, had I? I've never seen one before.
No, he's never seen me, but I have, of course. So don't bother you. Right, I am going to...
Ow. Yeah, I've not even done it. Look, I'm pissed off because I've not done any work on my dragster yet. I've got to get this finished. Got to get my dragster finished.
Dave.
Yeah.
Dave's
Powered up,
dragster.
she's ready to go. She is. There's some fucking power on her. Get it going. Yeah. Got dead batteries in it.
Right, that'll do. That'll do.
Dave. Dave the dragster.
Dave the dragster.
What bigger plans than that for it?
You know what you said to me when I went to oh my god. He went to get painkillers on them. And whatnot. You went, hiya Dave. I was like, what the hell? Right, I am going to call it now.
You didn't get much done, did you?
I did.
Where?
There. All up here. Come
There
on,
again, you didn't go live till about 7, did you?
just before 7.
I don't like taking them tablets because they knock me out. You know what I'm like? I don't like sleeping in the day, full stop. I hate it. Well, at least I slept properly last night. Ish.
Right, I'll see you guys later on for our normal life. Let's let you all take care of yourselves now.
See you all in a
See you
bit.
later. See you in a little bit. Bye, everybody.
Bye.